The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Kethvar of the Zephyrian Empire rose from his crystalline throne. His 6 arms gestured dismissively at the human delegation seated at the far end of the vast amphitheater. Honored members of the Council, Kethvar's voice resonated through the chamber's neural translation network. We gather today to address the quaint request from these primitive mammals who call themselves humans. A ripple of what passed for laughter among the assembled alien species echoed through the chamber. The crystalline hegemony's representatives chimed melodically, while the biomechanical Nexus Collective emitted synchronized clicks of amusement. Dr. Sarah Chen, Earth's chief diplomat, remained perfectly still in her seat, her dark eyes fixed on Kethvar as he continued his theatrical display. Beside her, Admiral Marcus Rivera's jaw tightened, but he too remained silent. These humans, Kethvar continued, his bioluminescent skin shifting to amused yellow patterns, who have barely crawled beyond their single-star system, dare to request membership in our ancient alliance. They possess no energy manipulation technology beyond crude fusion reactors. Their ships still rely on chemical propulsion and primitive antimatter drives. They cannot even manipulate space-time on the quantum level. The ethereal consciousness, beings of pure energy that had transcended physical form eons ago, pulsed with what their translator rendered as condescending sympathy. Perhaps, their collective voice whispered, we should offer them protectorate status instead. They could serve as pet until they evolve sufficiently. More laughter. The insult hung in the recycled atmosphere like a toxic cloud. Dr. Chen finally stood, her modest 5'6" frame dwarfed by the towering alien delegates around her. When she spoke, her voice was calm, measured, and carried clearly across the vast chamber. Honored members of the Galactic Council, she began, we appreciate your candid assessment of humanity's technological capabilities. You are correct that we lack many of the advanced technologies displayed here today. Kethvar's skin flickered to satisfied orange. At least they acknowledge their limitations. However, Dr. Chen continued, we believe that membership in the Galactic Council should not be based solely on technological sophistication, but on a species' potential contribution to galactic peace and prosperity. And what? Asked High Chronicler Vexthai of the Ancient Archive, her 1,000-year-old voice dripping with skepticism. Could a species that has yet to master faster-than-light communication possibly contribute to our civilization? Dr. Chen smiled, an expression that somehow made several delegates shift uncomfortably in their various forms of seating. Creativity, she said simply, human creativity, and our unique approach to problem-solving. The chamber erupted in what various species considered laughter. The sound was cacophonous, a mixture of harmonics, mechanical whirs, psychic pulses, and subsonic rumbles. Creativity? Kethvar's skin had shifted to deep purple with amusement. We have witnessed your creativity. Your species' greatest achievement appears to be finding increasingly efficient ways to destroy each other. Indeed, agreed the Nexus Collective's primary node, its optical sensors focusing on the human delegation. Our analysis of human history shows 14,000 recorded conflicts in the past 5,000 years. This suggests a fundamentally flawed and violent nature. Admiral Rivera's hand moved almost imperceptibly to his wrist communicator, but Dr. Chen's slight gesture stopped him. You're absolutely right, she acknowledged, causing confused murmurs throughout the chamber. Humans are indeed violent. We are competitive, territorial, and yes, we have spent much of our history fighting each other. Then why, demanded Kethvar, should we allow such a destructive species into our peaceful alliance? Dr. Chen's smile widened. Because sometimes, honored delegates, the galaxy needs a little destruction. Before anyone could respond, her wrist communicator chimed softly. She glanced at it and nodded to Admiral Rivera. If I may, she addressed the chamber, I'd like to share something with you. 3 standard galactic hours ago, you received reports of the complete destruction of the rogue planet designated Omega-7 in the Kepler system. This planet had been artificially accelerated to near-light speed by an unknown force and was on a collision course with the inhabited world of Xerion Prime. The chamber fell silent. The destruction of Omega-7 had indeed been reported, but the cause remained a mystery to most of the assembled delegates. Your greatest scientists, Dr. Chen continued, calculated that it would take the combined gravitational manipulation capabilities of at least 12 council member species working in perfect coordination to deflect such a massive object. The estimated time requirement was 47 standard galactic days. High Chronicler Vexthai leaned forward. The mathematical projections were indeed daunting. We assumed some natural phenomenon must have occurred. No natural phenomenon, Dr. Chen replied. Humans destroyed that planet. The silence that followed was absolute. Impossible, whispered the ethereal consciousness. Our sensors detected no gravitational manipulation technology, no exotic matter deployment, no quantum tunneling weapons. Dr. Chen touched her communicator again. The chamber's central display activated, showing a sleek, relatively small human vessel, barely 200 meters in length compared to the massive council ships that stretched for kilometers. Meet the UES Prometheus, she announced. Our newest deep space exploration vessel. Crew of 43, equipped with standard human technology. Kethvar's skin had shifted to confused gray. That ship couldn't possibly generate enough force to— You're absolutely right, Dr. Chen interrupted. It couldn't. Which is why we didn't try to move Omega-7. We obliterated it. Admiral Rivera stepped forward. The Prometheus is equipped with something we call a kinetic impactor system. It's quite simple, really. We accelerated a tungsten rod, essentially a metal spike, to 99.7% the speed of light using a series of magnetic field generators. The energy released upon impact was— He paused, consulting his tablet. Equivalent to approximately 450 billion megatons. The physics are elementary, Dr. Chen added. Kinetic energy equals 1/2 mass times velocity squared. When you can accelerate even a small mass to relativistic speeds, the energy release becomes substantial. The crystalline hegemony's harmonics had shifted to what their translator rendered as stunned disbelief. But the power requirements, the energy expenditure— We used our ship's main reactor output for approximately 14 minutes, Admiral Rivera replied casually. Standard human fusion technology. Nothing exotic. Kethvar's skin cycled rapidly through various colors of shock and disbelief. You destroyed an entire planet? With a metal rod? A very fast metal rod, Dr. Chen corrected with that same unsettling smile. The High Chronicler's ancient voice trembled slightly. But surely such a weapon would take cycles to charge, to prepare. Total preparation time from target identification to impact, 37 minutes, Admiral Rivera reported. That included the time needed to calculate the trajectory and brief the crew. The chamber remained silent for long moments. Finally, the Nexus Collective's primary node spoke, its usual mechanical confidence notably absent. We may have been premature in our assessment of human technological capabilities. Dr. Chen nodded graciously. As I mentioned, honored delegates, we humans approach problems differently. While you've spent millennia perfecting exotic technologies to manipulate matter and energy, we've focused on making simple things work. Very, very well. She gestured to the display, which now showed a star chart. The UES Prometheus isn't unique. We have 47 similar vessels currently exploring the Outer Rim territories. Each one is fully capable of, as you put it, making planets vanish in a single strike. The implications hung heavy in the recycled air. Now then, Dr. Chen continued, her diplomatic smile never wavering. Shall we revisit humanity's application for council membership? I believe we have quite a lot to contribute to galactic peace and prosperity. Kethvar's skin had settled into a nervous pale green. When he spoke, his dismissive tone had completely evaporated. Perhaps, he said carefully, we should schedule a more comprehensive review of humanity's qualifications. Dr. Chen bowed graciously. We look forward to it. As the human delegation filed out of the chamber, Admiral Rivera leaned close to Dr. Chen. Think they got the message? She glanced back at the still stunned alien delegates. Sometimes the most primitive solution is the most effective one. They wanted to see human creativity. Well, there's nothing quite as creative as finding new ways to apply the basics. Behind them, the Galactic Council chamber buzzed with urgent conversations as representatives frantically contacted their homeworlds. The age of human diplomacy had begun, and across the galaxy, 47 human ships continued their peaceful exploration missions, each one carrying the galaxy's newest and most elegantly simple weapon, physics applied with human determination. The primitive species had just redefined what it meant to be advanced.